Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and explore the bricks and pieces in Arctic Explorer ship by LEGO City. This is set number 60368, contains 815 bricks, retails for $159.99, and set was provided to me by the LEGO Group for early review, and as you can tell, looks like we got plenty of boat parts in the box, and that says the boat floats. And this is the back of the box here, with all the various graphical artwork and stuff. This box is rather different than I'm used to. It's taped on 4 sides, so let's see what this is about here. And this is hard to do, especially if you're only a righty. And yet I'm doing it left-handed. And I kind of want to see how this is packaged. I think this just lifts off the top. If anybody remembers the old Lego boxes from the 70s, 80s, maybe the early 90s, where they had the flap that lifts up. Yeah. And, well, there's the boat. I was expecting that to be longer. It looks like this just comes out. So that's what it is. I don't think that's meant to come out. Well, we'll put that right back in there. And several bags of bricks. And, oh, wait a minute, there's more of the boat. I thought that was just it. Well, okay, hold on, let me pull all those out of there. I thought, man, for 28 inches, I don't know if I was reading that right. Alright, so maybe this is one of those boats that grows. And I'm dropping stuff all over the place. I think it's just meant to go together like that. Well, that's not going to be very seaworthy. Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see here. So we got the boat parts and the building guide that has to fall on the ground. May have to edit that out. Alrighty. Let's make sure we don't have anything else in there. I already see some that I don't like already, the stickers. And but that's all the graphics for this boat. That's not too bad. And there's manual 2, 1. Is this going to be a family build? Doesn't tell us, so I don't know how many bags there are. There's manual 3. So it's like having little sets in a big set. And then, okay, so these must be bags on the bottom then. So manuals 4 through 9, or bags 4 through 9 do the boat. Let's see here. We're going to cheat a little bit. And I want to kind of see here exactly how many bags there are. Okay, it does stop at bag 9, so maybe we get individual bags. Well, how do I go through something like this? Well, these are the biggest pieces I've ever seen. I can put all sorts of stuff in there. And yeah, so I've never seen big boat parts like that before, not in my collection, especially ones that float. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm assuming this is probably the bulk bag. Okay, I see some interesting pieces in there, especially with an upper jaw whale. Maybe there's more to it than that. And the stickers. Well, let's take a look at this. Okay, see what we got in there. When I do the build installments, I always call this the bulk bin. And we got ourselves a nice little blue raft. I think I have a few of these, but they're 8. This is a 6 stud wide. Well, I have 10s, but this might be a newer type of raft. You can actually fit some stuff in there. And then, yeah, we got the bottomless jaw whale, and you can practically, maybe you could fit a whole minifigure in there. I don't know. I have some sharks about this size, but That's pretty cool. And some 8 by 16 by 2/3 plates. Okay, that might be all the water we're going to get. And one of these 10 by 10 octagon plates. Not too bad, and that's all there is in the miscellaneous bag. Well, it looks like bag 1 is not a very large one, so this should be very easy. Well, I got heads a-rolling right now, and 2, we actually get a nice bluish-green brick separator. Now, don't be rolling your head. Yeah, I'd be like that too. It's got the facial hair. Cool. Got a nice torso here. Both front and back. Pants. Life jackets. Oh, we're going to need those on the boat, huh? Everybody's got to have one. And it's like a fishing vest. And one of these little fence things. Here's something to keep your head warm when you're out and about. Oh, there's the killer whale's bottom jaw right there. Okay, we found that. We don't want to lose that. It might be a hard piece to replace. And a little steering wheel and 2x2 plates with 2 studs. Another minifigure head. One-sided, of course. And I've been seeing a lot of these type of hair pieces, these wigs, where it's curly on top and it's got the taper on the sides. And a downwards 1x2 by 2x2 angler plate. Little black camera. And I'm not sure, like a very unkept wig. Wow, I don't know, that's kind of, it's like that needs to be styled a bit. And we got some hollow studs and got some transparent red and transparent green studs, a little bell piece, and a number 1 1x2 rounded plate. A 1x1 plate with holder, a couple of these 1x1 round plates with the 3.2 mil stick, radiator grill, all the stuff that a growing Lego builder needs, and a 1x2 brick with half bow. So that's pretty much essentially what was in bag 1. Well, bag 2 is just a little bigger. We already saw the size of the boat, so obviously there's going to be more to it than this. Okay. 8x8 half round plate, some of these 3x3 quarter round plates with bow, and you will see these in a tutorial. Okay, it may or may not be that color, you'll just have to figure that out. And a couple of these what are these 1x3x2 bricks with arch, got a couple of those, and head rolling around. We got a 2x2 brick or 1x2 brick with 4 studs, single-sided minifigure head, a boat propeller. I've been looking for something around the size, and well, that's not black. It looks more like it's a dark metallic gray chest. And here's the top of it here. Now they're giving the more of the trunk style lids. And a piece of earth green seaweed. And there's the legs. Then we got a printed piece. Pretty cool. That's on a 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. There's some scuba diver tanks. I can't hold on to anything, can I? 1x2 plate with 2 sticks. Yeah, boy, I'm really just being... And I had plenty of sleep, too. Little red crab. But I've been doing sets back to back, so I haven't had any time to really take a break from building. And some 2x4 plates, 2x4 jumper plate. Looks like this is some kind of headgear. Cool. And one of these 1x2 plates with the 2 little sticks with the 3.2 holes. These have been around since I was a kid. 1x2 bricks. One of these 1x2 bricks with the inverted bow. Get 2 of those. And well, you get more of them actually. A rocker bearing plate. One of those dark metallic gray helmets, metallic silver shield, and one of these 2x2 plates that have the Technic snap, and 2x2 plates and 1x4 plates. So, you know, most of this is pretty common stuff that I have seen before. You know, I don't know. Looks like it's mostly common stuff. It's just a lot of stuff it wants to roll off. And the first thing that catches my eye is some 1x1 bricks with the 2 opposing studs. And you may hear me knock into the mic a lot. I am literally surrounded by sets right now, and built and unbuilt. I just haven't had time to get to them all. And some 1x1 round bricks. We got some diver flippers, which are hard to pick up off the ground. Not too bad. And some 1x2 plates, 1x2 jumper plates, rocker bearing bricks. And looks like that's a brush back in cool yellows. It's supposed to simulate, I guess, golden blonde. And looks like we got a pair of squashed 1x1 by 2/3 bricks with a 3.2 hole in the middle. You know, I mean, these are starting to become popular, so kind of cool. And then some of these little underwater plant pieces look like a tooth that's rotted. I haven't seen those a lot lately. And let's see, is this metallic silver? This is I think that's silver metallic, a stud. And one of these little 2x2 round plates with the half Technic lift arm on her. And we got some 1x2 rounded plate, number 1s, part of a hatchet, probably I don't know what you'd use that for. And we got some sticks with holders and round flat tiles, radiator grills, slopes. Yeah, I mean, these are just common parts that I've seen in a lot of sets. Well, it looks like bag 3 has a bit more pieces than bags 1 and 2. So let's see. Let's see what kind of treasures lie within the bags. All right, let's take a look at the heads. And no, I'm not going to spend half a day on them. Yeah, I can always use heads like that. I think I've seen her around a few times, and she's got a double-sided head. So that's like the first double-sided head I've seen. And of course, we got a wig here. That's actually in medium nougat. You usually see that in black or dark brown. And here's the torsos, and more stuff that's rolling around on the counter. Usually I have stuff rolling off the other way, but this time it's rolling backwards. Could have been that earthquake we had too, I don't know. Here we got some 2x2 round bricks. Some that have holes and some that don't. So if we want to build some propane tanks, there you go. And then we got some of these little balloon pieces and nose cones. A 1x2 plate with a stick coming out of the side, and then a couple of these Technic bricks with the 1x2 plate, 2x2x2 slope. 1x2 brick with the 2 studs, and I can always use dark blue pieces, especially in slopes. You got an inverted 45-degree slope and a 1x4 18-degree slope, inverted 2x2 45-degree slope, and a laptop. Okay, we can use that on the boat, huh? Play a little Minecraft while we're out there on the seas. And some 1x8 flat tiles, and one of these little dome pieces. And I'm checking for scratches. I've been dinging off hard for scratches lately, but that doesn't look too bad. So I think we got a winner there. And a propeller, and one of these little 1x2 plates with the little thing you'd see like on a jet. There's our thing for our boat. Some of these pieces, I don't even know the names of them. And a red wig. Like that's another, what is that, a mullet? I don't know, it fell on the floor. I can't tell what that is. It could be a mullet. Hard to say what it is though. 1x2x2 corner angular brick and some plates and stuff like that. Maybe a few pieces in here of interest, but oh, we got a dark blue 1x2 by 1x2 angular plate. But most of the stuff I've seen before, so there's nothing really special, even with the round stuff that wants to go all over the place. And let's unbag this one here and see. Now 1x3 flat tiles, and there's the visor. Technic pins with stud. You'll be seeing those a lot in a few of my builds. And there's a little helmet and friction pins, and yes, I'll be using friction pins too, so better get those out of your collection. And one of these weird, it takes a cross axle, but it's also got it where you can put the two 3.2 mil sticks in there. And silver metallic wrench. Okay, we got some more of these 1x2 rounded plates, some 1x2 plates, transparent green and red studs, some little flags. Oh, that's printed. Almost passed that up. An instrument cluster. Wow, I need those for cars. Is that one printed too? No, but it's dark blue. And this is on a 1x2 by 2/3 slope. So far, I do see some treasures in this bag. Moving on to bag 4, and pretty much it's what it is. I think there's probably roughly about 100 pieces per bag. So that's pretty manageable here for any kind of builder. Now let's first start off with some flat tiles, and there's some doors. Looks like these doors go into this frame here. And we're going to have some kind of a ballroom. And some 1x4x3 columns and some 1x2x3 columns. So you get a couple of these. There's another door for that. And put that there. More columns, some 2x8 bricks. Well, if we're going to have a windshield for a boat, that's obviously not going to help us. And here we got one right here. And I'm always on the lookout for these. I wish they'd bring out an 8-stud wide one of these. It'd be cool, but that's what it is. Or at least some it's 3 studs tall. A nice windscreen. We got a 1x10 brick, 1x8. We have a beard. Santa Claus on the boat. There's some pants. These are duplicates, as well as the torso. We have another torso that I can show. Not that I can see. And basic building bricks at this point. You got 2x4, 1x4s. We got some of these airplane windows. I'm talking about making a plane. Well, that's a start right there. 4x4 plate, 1x4 plates with the 2 studs, 1x6 brick, little crab piece. Oh, there's the other torso. Okay. Some headwear, like a beanie and long hair. Okay, this is a dark orange 1x2 45-degree slope. I can always use those, and some 2x3 flat tiles. And some 1x2 transparent clear wall elements and a ladder. So, yeah, this one's got some pieces. It's got some building bricks in it, which I'm always after. I just wish Lego would package the clear stuff in one of these bags separately and put the little stuff in the main bag. All right, we got some more of these 2x2 plates with the 2 studs, 1x2 slope right there, a silver metallic mug. Okay, we obviously found the glass for the little windows. We got a couple of those, 2x2 jumper plate, a 1x2 half round plate. Well, we know where the hair belongs to now. Well, it's hard to say because I don't think she'd have the beard. And then we got some 1x1 flat tiles and 1x2 flat tiles, a silver metallic radiator grill, and Jade the Surfer hair in reddish brown. I always call it that, that's what I use. This is what my hair looks like when I get out of the water. And some round 1x1 bricks, various colors, and some binoculars, and studs, and a little radio. Yeah, we're getting close. I can use those doors. Well, looks like bag 5 doesn't have a whole lot in there, but I don't know. There might be something hidden in this one. You know what? I kind of wish Lego would make these with round windows instead of these squared ones. Something you'd see in a subway or a jet, but I don't need those really. And some 2x4 bricks. Oh, we got a couple of dark blue seats. I was going to order some of those, but it looks like that takes care of that. And a 1x12 and 1x16 bricks. Great building blocks. And we got some 1x1 bricks with the little stick on the side. A 1x3x4 door. Looks like that's a left-handed door, and yeah, I got a bunch of those in right-handed, so I got a complementary part to it. 1x4x3 column brick. We get 2x3 bricks, inverted 45-degree slope, and 1x4 brick with 4 studs, and a 1x2 brick with a stick, and some 1x6 flat tiles, and a 1x4 plate with 2 studs. And we got one of these ladders and tiles and column bricks and all that stuff, and 1x3 bricks. And oh, we got some bluish green. We got a 1x1 brick with 1 stud and a 1x1 by 1 1/3 brick with bow. Well, those parts are pretty common for me, except for the blue seats. I'm eyeballing those. And those beam pieces would be good too. Alright, we got some more of these round plates with the 3.2 shafts, some 1x2x2 corner flat tiles, and a little blue piece here that's printed on top. If I can show that. Yeah, that's different. And we got another one of these silver metallic mugs. And looks like this is a silver metallic tooth piece, or a 1x1 plate with tooth. And some more of those window panes. Round 1x1 brick and transparent light blue. Round 1x1 flat tiles. A syringe, maybe that's used for the whale, we don't know. And 1x2 plates. Looks like bag 6 has got a lot of bulk bricks in there. Okay. Another one of those blank windshields. Okay, but no, we get some of these now. Okay, let's see. It'd be great for a jet or something. Yeah, see some pits. And some scratches right in the middle. Well, see a couple more of those. I'll ding this thing down a review point. Oh, look at that right there. Yep. Is that on the inside? No, it's on the outside. One more and I'm going to start dinging. Let's see here. Yes, I'm inspecting this. This is why I'm doing it in here, and this one's okay. Alright. You know, but they have this instead of those in there. And yeah, I'm going really hardcore. So we get several plates. We get an 8x8 plate, and some of these, I've never seen these before. It's a 4x8 plate with 2 corners taken out. Of course, we've seen 6x6 plates with the corners missing before. And some 3x3 plates, and some of these 2x2 by 2/3 profile bricks. Not too bad. And some 2x6 plates. Another one of these dinky little steering wheels. And a 3x3/4 angular wedge brick. Okay, 1x2 transparent light blue 45-degree slopes. Oh, I don't need to check those. Those have got a matte finish. And some of these angular bricks, 1x6 brick, a couple 1x6 plates, more dark blue seats. What is this, a boat or a plane? I mean, getting all the parts for a plane here. 2x4 plates and a slope and all sorts of stuff. Ooh, I think I have 1 or 2 of these here, and that's printed. Any more goodies in there? Is this one printed? Yep. There we go. Any more? Got 2 of those. Let's see, any more treasures in there? Oh, not too bad. There we go. Up for the 2 scratched pieces. Wonder how bad the rest of them are. It's getting close to being dinged to point. And of course we got several of these right here. 1x1 transparent orange round flat tiles. Silver metallic radiator grills. A couple of these tiles with the 45-degree slopes. Some 2x2 angular flat tiles. Okay, we got 2 compasses in case we get lost, especially if we can't see out of the windshield because it's scratched up. And some 1x2x2 corner angular flat tiles. We also get round 2x2 flat tiles in there too, and one of these little loudspeakers. And oh, you get 3 compasses, or is that just the one that I counted? No, you only get 2. All right. Well, let me go get that real quick. And we got one of these little life buoys, or we got a few of these. Remember, I used to use these for toilet seats. Well, kind of upgraded from that. And some more of these 2x2 corner flat tiles. And one of these like a brick, but 2 number 1 plates stacked on top of one another, and jumper plates, 1x1 bricks with holder. 1x2 plate with handle. Yeah, it's a bedside unboxing. What can I say? I'm starting to yawn here. It's getting late. And some 1x4 plates. Yeah, well, not too bad. Okay, here we have bag 7. And do see some POIs, and the first thing that sticks out to me is some of these 2x12 plates in medium azure. Okay, those are pretty cool. And some white Technic 1x16 bricks. I have these in like gray and black, but I don't think I really have any in white. And some 2x8 bricks and some round bricks there. Yeah, these have holes. No, but we got a 2x2 dome. Well, we got a couple of those. And 4x4 turntable base. One of these little trap doors. Well, we get 2 of those. My bad. And some 2x2 flat tiles and 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. 1x2 bricks with holder. 1x4 flat tiles. Oh, we got another 1x4 flat tile. Yeah, we got a couple of these in dark blue. I could use those. And some 2x6 and 2x2 flat tiles in orange, as well as some 1x2 slopes and 2x2 slopes in medium azure. And some of these little step side things you'd see on like on a big rig or something. And there's another one of these little 2x2 by 2/3 profile brick. Let's see what we got in here. Well, Jay, why do you do these so late? I'm on a deadline to get them done. I'm getting them done. That's the whole thing about this gig here. And some of these little dome pieces, like you'd stick in the 3.2 hole, look like little lights. You could use them for like antennas or something. And some 1x2 plates with top holder. Don't be rolling around. And nose cones, friction pins, radiator grills, hollow 1x1 studs, and things I like to roll around here. But yeah, I thought there'd be some good stuff in this bag. At least it's bulk parts that I could use. Okay, let's move on to bag 8. Alright, I've seen a bunch of these pieces before, but not in these colors. Oh, I've seen these. These are like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10, probably about 12, maybe 14 bricks tall, 2x2 base. Yeah. And some of these 1x6 by 5 slopes. I've seen those before, but never in orange. I think I have plenty of these in white. Great for like the back of a plane. 2x16 plate. Plenty of 1x6 flat tiles. And one of these pieces for a ship or a boat. And 1x2 Technic brick. There's one of these little lightning balls. We'll get 2 of those. Like you'd use them on the top of a roof to attract the lighting. And some 1x2 by 1 2/3 brick with 4 studs, jumper plates, plenty of 1x2 by 2 column bricks, 2x2 bricks, and then some of these 1x2 plates with the handle. Okay, well, except for these things here, everything is kind of like I've seen millions of times. Now, how am I going to review this set? I don't know. It's longer than this counter, and it won't fit on my turntable, so... no, I'm not going to review that in my pool. Unless it's like in the hundreds outside. And we got plenty of these angular 2x2 flat tiles, some transparent green 1x1 by 2/3 slopes, plenty of tech pins, a silver metallic ice cream topper, and some studs and some of these little friction stubs, the 1x2 plates of friction stubs. We got a friction fork with cross hole, and some of these little Technic pin antennas and all sorts of stuff. But you know, this bag here was kind of, I guess the parts are just kind of common except for these. And finally we have bag 9. And so far there's pretty much an equal amount of big, medium, and small pieces in this set. So we got some 6x14 plates and one of these. Let's see what's in here. Probably a cape. Oh, we got some string. Oh, we're gonna have to tie something? Yuck. Lego, what happened to those things you stick the studs on? I like those better. They're easy. And then some 2x4 45-degree slopes. And I don't know what this is. It's like a hinge. That's what that is, but I'm not going to stick that together. Oh, this must go in there. We're not going to stick that in there. And we've got one of these little beam arms. Here's a Technic lift arm. 1x12 plates. Hint, you'll see those in a future tutorial. I don't know if it's that color or not. And 1x5 rounded plate, a 1x2 plate with stick, and a 2x2 plate with 2 studs. That's what goes in there. And a 4x4 round plate. Some more of these bricks with the 4 studs. Oh, ooh, are these all printed? Come on, I want to see more of those. I wish they'd bring this out in like that really bright neon yellow. That'd be cool. You get a bunch of those. Okay. Bet it wasn't all printed. Some more of these plates with the handle. Got ourselves a cog. One of these little 2x2 round bricks that have the hole and the base, and 2x2 plate that has a double lift arm and some downwards 1x2 by 1x4 angular plates. Oh, we got a 1x5 half lift arm and 2x2 bricks and a 5 stud long Technic pin, some 1x6 flat tiles, and a 1x2 plate with a lift arm. Okay, that's what that one thing goes into for the string. I have a feeling we're going to have to tie the string on this one here. I've done a few of these sets where you don't have to tie the string, which I really like. And then you have the ones that you have to tie. It's like I have to go get the wood glue and glue those down. Okay, here we have ourselves a little hook. So obviously we're going to have to. See, here's the thing, and you actually have to tie the string onto these. I don't like those too much. And some 1x2x2 quarter round flat tile with bow, and get a couple of those 1x2 plates. One of these Technic pieces here. Maybe it's meant to guide the string through. Well, that's what it looks like it would do. And so we got some 1x2 plates with the stick, and 1x2 flat tiles, 1x1 round transparent orange flat tiles, and some friction pins and stuff like that. And a round 4x4 plate with a 2x2 cutout. Now we're going to take into all account of all the bags we've seen in here. And I'm going to be honest with you, most of this is stuff that I've seen before, but at least it's big pieces. And the two things I'm kind of excited to see is the boat pieces. How are those going to go together? So from what I'm assessing here for $159.99, I don't know. I mean, I can't really base it off that. I think the boat pieces are probably the most expensive ones, as well as some of the other big bricks. But I'm hoping for that price, it's going to be a good build. But as far as for parts wise, I don't know. Those boat pieces are throwing me off because I really can't see it. I can't see it in this set yet. So tell me what you think of the parts in the set. Is something you need? For me, it was mostly just common pieces. Maybe a few little hidden gems here and there, like these. But for me, nothing I could really use offhand. Let me know in the comments.